welcome to this session this evening, and we're all looking at how to kill that mocking mind and how you can make sure that you can be empowered to heal yourself. And each and every single one of us have been put in a situation where we can do that. So today we're going to be looking at very simply how to get through an emotional trigger. Each and every single one of us do have triggers that trigger us off emotionally and set us into those very big spins that we don't understand what is going through. And sometimes we don't even think about what are the triggers, what are these things that get our emotions high. Because what is happening right now is that you're reacting in the present moment. And what is happening is that emotional reaction is triggering off something that you're looking at right now, right in your face. So this can happen to you multiple times in a day. So please understand that it's not just going to be one and then it disappears. And what we're going to have a look at is we've got to start asking ourselves the question, why are these things happening? Because the reaction in the moment is so much more greater than actually what the trigger is. And so what happens is we're carrying our past experiences. We're carrying everything from what we've learned in our past, the things that we have suffered, the pain and of unmet needs and pain of so many things that we want. And then a trigger comes or somebody says something or does something. And what happens is automatically we overreact, and we're overreacting because that pain is real and that pain is happening to us. So the bottom line is that it is actually current expenses, okay, current experiences that are being filtered through our past. So our filter is our past, which is very, very dangerous for all of us, because what happens if that past is something that is overreacting to what it really was? So for example, our internal critical voice that happens inside of us actually starts spinning, and it can actually be pretty mean. I don't know if you've realized that, but that inner voice can be terrible. It can say things like, what the hell is going on? Why are you acting so stupid? What is wrong with you? Why are you overreacting? And so it starts playing these tunes for you. And then the people that are close to us, they start getting confused about what is going on, and also they can become very critical towards us. So it's a very dangerous place to be at. One of the things with all of this happening, we need to say to ourselves, guess what? My emotions are real. All right. So you need to make sure that you understand that these are real. They are so real that they start affecting the mind, and also you start having body experiences as well. People could have anxiety attacks. You could go into hot flushes. A lot of things could start happening to you because it's so real for you that you could tremble even. Some people get so angry, they tremble in that anger. And it's only because you're feeling out of control. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how you can get through these triggers. But look, it's something that you're going to eventually overcome, and you're not going to get it right every single time. It's something you need to work on. Now, I had some triggers. I had some really big triggers. They were terrible triggers. And I had to go through this 3-step process. So that is what we're going to be having a look now, is at a 3-step process. Keep it simple, 1, 2, 3, and we can do this. The first thing, as obvious as this sounds, the first way that you and I are going to get through those triggers is, guess what? We have to learn to breathe. Now, why is breathing important? Breathing is important because what's happened is your body has started reacting emotionally. So you could shake, you could get shivers. Sometimes you're so angry inside of you, you don't know what's happening, okay? And you just want to blow out, or you do, and you say stuff and you walk away, and you're so angry, your whole body is trembling. It's because your body has been activated. When your body gets activated, it either goes into one of two things: flight or fright, or even fight. So there's actually 3. It's fright, flight, or fight. So some of us stand up there and we're going to fight this argument. Some of us just disappear and go away, okay? And some of us just get stage fright and we freeze up and we don't know what to do. And it's because your nervous system has actually been activated. So your nervous system has been activated. And what I suggest you do when you breathe, and it's something I think you should practice as a discipline every single morning, and that is place your hand on your belly and breathe in deeply. So you actually feel your belly going in. So it'll be, You feel it going in, expanding, and you count 1, 2, 3, and exhale slowly. Okay, so and learn to do this, because most of us, we only exhale in actual fact from a shallow perspective. And that's why our triggers and our emotions and our body can go into a tailspin very, very quickly. So we need to teach ourselves to have a controlled response. And this needs to be practiced daily. So start your breathing exercises every single day. Just take that, just 2 breaths is fine, but it's just to remember to do it, especially if you know you're going to be in a place where you're going to meet people that are going to be your triggers. You need to be in control of it and not let them be in control of your emotions. So the second thing is, what we're going to do now is we need to witness the ego from an observer's perspective. So you and I need to ask ourselves, because a lot of people get this wrong, what is ego? Now, ego is actually the I. It's the how you see yourself. It's how you see and how you identify with your traits, with your habits, with your beliefs, and all the things that you stand for. And it's very deep in your subconscious. Now, some of us have got beliefs that are distorted because of what we've been told. You could have been told that you were stupid. And then the moment someone treats you stupid, it hits a trigger, okay? And your ego starts saying all stupid things from you in that minute, and your head starts spinning, and your self-voice starts talking to you. And that inner voice just starts taking over, and it makes havoc in your mind. And if that story is a false story, you're going to believe that false story because your ego is going to tell it to you. So what we need to do is, let's say, for example, you might have been abandoned as a child, or even as an adult. Your first boyfriend could have left you and not told you and just abandoned you. So from now on, in every relationship that you're in, every time somebody, if you send a text to your spouse and they don't answer immediately, the trigger happens. And the voice starts saying, see, I told you so. I told you that nobody will stick around with you. I told you it's because of you did this and because of you did that. And then your head goes off and did I do this? What did I do? Meanwhile, all the person is maybe left there, like my husband this morning. All right. He came rushing in at like about 12 o'clock from work. And I'm like, why are you here? No, he's left his cell phone on the patio outside when we were having breakfast. And I thought to myself, no wonder you haven't answered my SMSs, okay? Because I've got the auditor here and I need to sort things out. And he hadn't answered. But imagine if I suffered from abandonment. And I suffered from, well, I have an ex-husband. So I could have taken all that baggage if I hadn't gone through it. Oh, where's he gone with the girlfriend? What's he doing? Why isn't he answering to me? Why is he, and that little voice, that ego that's inside you can play tricks on you. So what we need to do is we need to say, thank you, Mr. Ego. I don't believe that story you're telling me, because that was my past. I know I'm going to deal with it. I know I get pain from it. But you know what, Mr. Ego? I'm not listening to you anymore, because I'm going to rewrite my story. Which means that step number 3 is all about self-acceptance. How do you start learning to accept yourself for who you are? Well, you need to respect the fact that those feelings that come up are real, all right? Because those experiences that happened for you happened to you in your lifetime, and that is a reality. So we need to understand, what is my body doing when it gets activated? What is the trigger that's happening? And because my energy shifts, all right, and I might be in a happy mood, and then it moves off into this angry mood, whatever it might be, jealous mood, whatever it is, you need to now process this. And this is now, we've got to understand that every time these emotions come up, we are in actual fact, we are coming from a place of pain, and that's real, and we need to acknowledge that. But more importantly than acknowledging it is we need to go and rewrite the story. So I suggest you grab your journal and you actually get your breathing, breathe deeply, listen to what your ego is telling you. All right, write down what your ego is telling you, and then tell your ego it's lying. That's in the past. You've moved on. You actually have become a better person, and write the story that you want it to be, because your mind doesn't actually know truth from reality. Okay, reality from a lie. All right, it goes from experiences. So right now, what you're going to need to do is rewrite that story. And then you can say to your ego, know what, Mr. Ego? Yes, in the past, my boyfriend abandoned me, but this is my husband. He loves me dearly, and there's a really good reason why he hasn't answered me immediately. And so, Mr. Ego, I'm not listening to you anymore. And so, when the abandonment comes back again, all you do is the moment you place your hand on your belly, breathe, you'll start learning to overcome. And it's your responsibility to yourself and for yourself to take complete responsibility for everything that is going on. And what you'll realize is that this is a very, very empowering process. And if you want to win and if you want to grow to becoming that better person, you need to understand that you are responsible for empowering yourself. You need to get back to the place where you choose how you feel. And it's your choice. Okay, don't let the past define who you are, because it's not who your future. Your past does not define your future. You can put yourself back in control, and you can allow your energy to calm yourself. So some people, for my husband, when he's angry, he needs to go for a run. He needs to exert energy. For me, I just need to sit in a quiet place, sit with my dogs, and just everybody must leave me alone for me to restore my energy. You might want to jump into a bathtub. You might want to go for a slow walk. Whatever it is for you, you need to find out what it is so that you can get yourself into a place where you can rewrite your story. And it's so important that you need to tell your ego the new story, because your ego will default to that. And the more you repeat it, and this is one of the reasons why affirmations are so good, is because we rewrite the affirmation, we rewrite the ego. So when something happens, we default to the affirmation. So you're no longer going to put the story to a reaction story. It's going to be a response story. It's going to come from a success perspective. So that is how you and I can, in actual fact, make sure that we know how to go through the emotional triggers and come out at the end as a very strong, healthy human being. You owe it to yourself and you owe it to your loved ones. So Dr. Michelle saying cheers. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. And I look forward to sharing some more insights with you. Thank you.